In our HealthCast today, breakthrough research when it comes to diagnosing and treating concussions. Our medical specialist, Christy Kruger, in the newsroom with details.
Well, the concept is pretty simple, Janine. What if a quick blood test could not only help doctors diagnose when someone has a concussion, but also determine when their brain has healed and predict how long that might take? Well, research happening right now in New York could be a huge breakthrough for athletes all over the world. We've shown you how researchers are linking a certain protein in the brain with Alzheimer's disease. Now that same protein, called tau, may hold the key to diagnosing concussions as well. Extreme skier Justin Wurzer has had a couple of concussions on the slopes and on the football field.
I got knocked out once and they just had me take a day off of practice. And then 3 years later, I got one where I got knocked out and I had to stay out for weeks.
That's the tricky thing about concussions, figuring out when an athlete can be cleared to play again.
Right now, we have to try to understand when the brain is healed from a concussion without being able to actually look in at the brain.
Doctors rely on indicators like headaches while trying to gauge imprecise measures like attention and memory. But now comes help from the brain itself. The protein tau is released into the blood when brain cell walls are damaged.
We can find out whether there's been damage to the cells in the brain. It helps us, one, diagnose that a concussion occurred in the first place.
And number two, researchers found measuring tau levels in the blood 6 days later could help predict which athletes were healed and which would take longer.
That is a real challenge for us in the field to try to understand when the brain is recovered. So now here comes along a blood test that takes away all of that.
Researchers hope this blood test will help them take the guesswork out of treating concussions and safely get athletes back in the game. And the next step is to conduct a large FDA study involving hundreds of athletes. Doctors say that could take about 2 years to complete. With today's HealthCast, I'm Christy Kruger. Have a great weekend.
Christy.